Welcome back to Psychology of Peace Building. Last week I started to review and introduce your theories and techniques of peace building, and I'm going to be continuing that for the rest of the semester, but let me share a couple of tips. Today I'm going to do a couple of mini lectures, shorter lectures with PowerPoints. And then I'm going to talk without PowerPoints about some of the remaining theories. This is the way I will approach introducing you to theories and techniques every week. I want to reassure you that when the material is, in my judgment, the most important, the most effective with analyzing the psychology of peace building or actually practicing peace building, I will be returning to PowerPoints, I will be reviewing highlights, and hopefully helping you learn the material. You must, though, engage with the workbooks and do the activities to make this an experiential education, applied practice course. You can't just listen to me and expect to master the material. Every week, I encourage you to pick out something to apply to your own conflict, your own peace building. Hopefully you have started that journal. You're keeping that regular journal. Okay, today I would like to introduce you to a very important communication model that is used in multiple ways with peace building. And this will be one of the models I return to when we're discussing building trust. This is a communication model called the Johari window. And this is a great model for, I introduced careful listening last week as a way of encouraging disclosure. This is another model that helps with encouraging speakers to trust and open up. But it also helps us do reflective practice and build critical self-awareness. Here's the model. It's a very simple model with just, four variables that intersect and create separate boxes. Let me introduce it to you. At the top, you will see the known to self, and you can take that literally. It's what you know about yourself. I know that I'm over 6 foot tall, and that's never going to change. I know that I identify as a woman, right? But the next variable is what is not known to the self, and that may be more important with peace building and conflict resolution because, for example, I didn't know until my current marriage that when I'm under stress, I sometimes have a tone that triggers my husband. It upsets him. He gets reactive. To him, it sounds critical. Well, I don't even hear that tone. So I am consciously working on becoming more aware of my tone. Now, if you look at the vertical axis, you will see a variable known to others. Well, obviously, my tone is known to my husband, and I imagine some of my students have noted that tone as well. Since we're in a multicultural marriage and classroom and world, we all have different tones and things that others know about, but we may not know how they interpret that tone or variable. What is not known to others is all that we keep private. And in the United States, Americans really cherish their privacy. They keep a lot of secrets. So let me just mention how these intersect with each other, and then I think that'll be enough of an introduction. What is known to self and known to others is our open self. It's our public self, what we show the world, that we're also aware of about ourselves. As I just said, what is known to self but not known to others is our private self. Johari window refers to it as our hidden self. If you look at known to others and not known to self, I would say those are our blind spots, right? That's where we're not aware. And others can help us become more aware. And then if you look at intersection of not known to self, not known to others, that is our deep, probably the biggest box of all, unknown, unconscious, subconscious, if you're talking in psychoanalytical terms. It's a vast ocean of the unknown, the mystery of life. Okay, enough with the Johari window. I will be returning to this, as I promised, to look at building trust and increasing disclosure.